if Figuccio at Don FiguccioStudios. Just gonna go over a couple things. Got the new project that's gonna be coming out. That's the biggest announcement. It's gonna be called God Put Me On 3. It's gonna be coming out on Christmas, and I already had this. I had this planned out. Um, I'd say once I release 9/29/92, then I got the idea. I was like, you know what? Because 9/29/92 was initially just supposed to be like like maybe my final project. I was thinking that's what was gonna be, but then I saw the growth of me personally as an artist. So I was like, you know what? If I'm really, like I said in one of the videos, I was like, if I'm digging for gold and I find gold, do I stop digging or do I keep digging? Because for me, a big part of this whole journey has been to find the sound. So I find a sound that I'm looking for, and I only recently really achieved it, which is crazy to think because if I've been doing this for a good amount of time, to where you would think it would have like already happened, and for it to be happening now, it's kind of just strange to me. If that wouldn't have happened, and I would have continued to get the quality of music that I was getting, not that it was bad, but it wasn't anything to where like I really enjoyed it. Like I would listen to it and I liked it. And, I was like, okay, it's solid. It's okay. But it's nothing substantial to where I'm like, okay, wow, I think I found something. But only recently, like I said, when I did 9/29/92, then I started finding new sounds and expanding just like my growth as far as my just skill as a artist in general. So I noticed that, and that's when ever since then I've just been building on it. And then I got the idea. I was like, you know what? Let me release a project every holiday until the end of the year, and I wanted to see how much I progress. And I just continuously been recording. I record I don't know how many songs, but it seems like all the songs like these are the best songs that I've ever made up to this point. I can honestly and confidently say that definitely. So I'm excited. Every project that I've released, I continue to play it. It's all I listen to. I don't listen to any other artist now. I just listen to myself for the most part. I mean, if something pops up, I listen to it. But for the most part, I'm just listening to my music all day because that's how much I really enjoy it. And it was really never the case. A lot of my songs were like some of them weren't very listenable because of the mixing. That was a part that I had to grow on and continue to build and work on. But all those things have come to a point where I'm confident in all my skills. And a big part was finding, like I said, the right producer. This producer that I'm working with now, the last three projects, well, actually the last two, all the songs are made by one producer. Because his beats to me, it's Sned. If anybody's listened to his beats, I'd say you could, go check him out because Sned to me is doing things that I haven't even heard. So that's what got me excited, and that's really what helped change my sound and to evolve as an artist was, finding this producer that had these different beats to where I could change the sound because it was like the same cookie cutter beats that I kept getting on, and that kind of can limit you as an artist to where you can continue to expand and branch out if you're just doing the same old beats, and that you can run into an issue to where you just won't change as far as what you're doing artistically. And I can say that I definitely completely changed, and I can do a lot of things that I want to do. I don't just want to be like one trick pony just writing certain songs. But another thing, I got a bunch of announcements going on. I was like doing the lives. I did them a couple of days, and I was like, you know what? I'm more focused right now in the music, putting out the quality of music, and all this content that I'm getting ready to drop. I have like all this stuff, and I'm just like, there was stuff that I was gonna drop, but then I continued to wait because I was like, it's just like too good or it's not the right time. So I have a lot of things in the work, and I'm just trying to figure out when to drop each thing. And it was strange enough because popping off is going off right now. It's running. It just got released last night, and I didn't even expect it. I didn't popping off when I recorded it. Like, I enjoyed it and I liked the vibe, but it really didn't. I didn't really even consider it as like a song that I would put on a project until I went to Detroit. And once I went to Detroit, I got a whole. It was strange. Like, I got like a whole different feel for the song, and that song and Huh, which were songs that I had, but I didn't really like feel them until I like took a trip. And once I went out to Detroit, and then I got a whole vibe from the song I already had. It wasn't like I made the song out there. It was like I already had the song, and then I was like bumping on the radio. I was like, this song's really pretty hot. It got its own little vibe to it, and that's why I like him. Just riding the beat, and it's just a smooth cut. And then I mixed it, and it was all right, smooth, and it ended up being the intro on 9 Mile. So yeah, that one. Yeah, didn't expect it to be on a project, but it happened to be. And then I was like, okay, I was trying to figure out what video to go with, because last week it was Huh, which Huh did pretty good. Huh is the fourth track off of 9 Mile, and I enjoy that one. I like the vibe and the sound of it overall. I don't have a video for it yet. I got to find like a good idea for the video, because it's a really dope vibe. It's like a whole different type of sound that I don't know, and that's what I like about it. It's just a different sound. Like, a lot of my sounds, I don't hear it, and it's not like I'm influenced by people, because I'm not listening to anybody. So a lot of these sounds are sounds that I create, or maybe influences that I had throughout my years of being a consumer. But now a lot of these are just like my own sound developing it, and that's the moment that I really like waited for to become as an artist. I waited for this to happen for years, and I continuously record, and I put in so much hours, like so much time and hours, and it's finally great to see that I'm getting some type of return on the investment. Like, even though a lot of it may not be financially, but now it's to the point where this is, where the rubber meets the road at this point, and I'm just I'm just ready to put all this work out, and I'm still recording. I didn't stop. I have like the tape ready. Like, if I wanted to drop the tape, I could drop the tape, because I have enough songs. But I'm still drilling with this music. I just did a song today, and there was a period of time where I wasn't writing anything down, and now I'm going back to that. Because sometimes it's like, okay, I like to write. That, like, writing is where initially that's just who I was and what I did. I wrote notebooks. I filled notebooks up with rhymes and songs. So I've done that, and I beat that to the ground. But my pen still continues to grow. It's not necessarily like my pen. Like, when I talk about my pen, I don't talk about it as a rapper. I talk about it as like a songwriter. So constructing songs to me is a whole different thing, because there could be some really brilliant and great rappers, who they're very good at rapping, very lyrical, and geniuses as far as putting words together. But putting songs together, is very hard to do. That's a whole nother. That's the thing. You got the rapper who can, has good energy, or he has good metaphors, or can put words together really well. And then you have the person that could say the simplest thing, but the way that he says it, or the way he forms the song, it outshines everything. And that's always what stood out to me. A lot of things was the song. A song is a good song, because that's ultimately, what I look for is the overall song good. And that's that's what I found. A lot of my songs, they're more songs. They're not like raps. Like, I make songs, and because I enjoy a song, a good song. Nothing to me is better than I find a new good song. Good raps. Yeah, like rap. Been a fan of rap. Been a fan of rock. That's where I'm kind of like a mesh between the two. I'm not like completely solely one of them, and that's what I always aspired to be, because that, I mean, I enjoyed both of the genres. I used to listen to, rap continuously, and I listen to a lot of rock, a lot of rock. I don't know if maybe it's probably like hand in hand. Like I had a lot of rock, a lot of great rock that I love and listen to, and then I got the rap that I listen to, which I'm very well versed in rap. I consider myself a hip hop rap head, although like maybe not in the older years, but I'd say late '90s up until now. Even even the modern stuff, I still listen to and enjoyed it. I'm not like stuck in the past. I just like listen to the sound. Do I like the sound? Is it appealing to me? So that's the big thing that gets me. Like if it has a good sound, then I know, okay, it's a good song. Or is it just repetitive? Whatever it is. But we're at 15K subscribers right now, which I think that's pretty good. I went maybe a month ago. I only had 5K, but I was off the map. I was off the grid for a while, and I was just working head to the, head down. Just continued to work because I knew. Well, after 9/29/92, I wasn't too sure what was going to happen, and so it's strange that I'm, sitting here in this place, and I got all this stuff that I've done as far as musically I've done, and I've committed a lot of time, effort, money into it, and I'm satisfied with what's happening, what I'm doing. It's like to the point where I'm like, you know, whatever. If it's not gonna pop off now, then it never was gonna pop off because because my skill level. I'm not saying I'm the best or anything, but I think it's at a point where it's okay. But we're also in a place, in a state, musically, where it's a shame to say. I hate to say it, because it sounds like I'm like a hater in a sense, but I'm just speaking from an artist perspective who's like been doing this for a little bit. It's very oversaturated. So there's just so much music out there that music isn't being consumed the same way it was, and that's just reality of it. That's why, as far as for an artist, I don't know. There's not really like many new artists that are popping off now. You don't really see that. It's, every so often there'll be one. I can't even really like say who the most recent like artist is. If anybody has an idea of who a recent artist would be that's even popping off, I don't know. It's all like older artists that I know that are mainstream and trending, doing whatever. But I got I got enough work now. I got already just this year. Like I said, I released just this year. I released the first project. I released Dawn the Dawn 2 in January. Then I released Cold Front. That was in February. Then I released 9/29/92, Dawn of the Dawn 3, 9 Mile, and now I'm about to release Gpmo 3. So Gpmo 3, yeah, Gpmo, God put me on 3. So this is the third in the series, and the second one was released on Christmas. So I'm doing the same theme, releasing that one on Christmas, and this probably will be my best one. I gotta say, I mean, 9/29/92. That's what I like about them. They're all different, and it's like having a baby. That's why I consider every project that I create and I drop, it's like I had a baby, and I'm like, oh, I like them all. Maybe there's some that I prefer over the other, but I enjoy them all, especially these past three. Yeah, they're all three of them are my favorite. I could just play them through, and I continuously played them, and I enjoy them. I try to, I played the most recent ones, but I still go back to the other ones. But because the newest one is the freshest one, so I like to enjoy that sound and how it's constructed and put together. All are unique in their own sounds, different sounds on each of them. That's what's great about it. Yeah, I like all of them. I really do. Not even just like blowing smoke just to say it. I listen to them all. I enjoy them, and I'll continue to listen to them for years as long as everything's up and available. I'll always have them anyway, and I'll always go back to them. Um, but now this one is to me very crucial because this is the end of the year one. Um, I don't know. I would say it may be my last one for a while, and it has all the best songs like that I have like right now. It's gonna have all the best songs on it. Like there's some songs that I never even thought I'd be capable of creating on there, and I was like, really, like when I was done with it, I was like, wow, I can't believe I just made that. Even just the other day, I made this song that, yeah, the sound was just great, loved it, and I was playing the song all day. It was just, and that was just recently. That was literally just, that was just Friday. It was just on Friday. So how many days ago was that? 3, 4, maybe 5 days ago or something. So that just shows you I'm like still creating new sounds, making improving on my song, and it's still a big credit to the producer too because his sound is getting a little better too. Like he made this beat that just blew me away, and I just was able to. Sometimes you get on a beat and you can't really do it justice. That one I can honestly say I didn't even write it down. And some people say that, but I didn't write anything. I didn't write a word of it down. I was about to at one point, but then I was like, let me just try to finish it out, and it came out smooth cut. So I'm happy about that, and I'm happy the direction. So all the things to know as far as if you're looking to follow me or see what I got going on, even if you're an artist and you just want to talk about what you're doing as an artist, anything. Like I said, got that, and I'm also doing the FiguccioStudios. Right now I'm more in my artist mode, but I already have I have an artist signed to the label, and I got something ready that's gonna drop for my artist. I was just waiting to decide exactly how I was gonna do it, when I was gonna do it, and I already got it ready now. I put the work in, and yeah, it's all ready to go. Um, that one, I want to say, and that's this, and what I'm about to, yeah, I don't want to say too much about it, but yeah, I got something ready for that too. I'm gonna think of like a better time to really construct what I'm gonna say for that, but it's something coming soon. But as far as me as an artist, I'm putting the work in, and my artist, what he's doing, we have ready, and I'm confident in the work that he has. That's already ready and solidified. Really, it's the reason why I signed him, and I thought, what we had some, some good work together. Not as far as artistically, but business wise. What I saw him as an artist, and his sound is different, completely different from mine. And he's gonna be releasing something soon. I'm gonna be releasing it on this channel, but I'm not exactly 100% prepared for that. It's gonna be coming soon, but Gpmo 3 is gonna be coming out. That's coming out on Christmas, and like I said, I got a collective of the best songs I've been making, and all these songs have been made within the past 2 to 3 months. None of these are old or songs that I've been sitting on. All the production is modern. It's been created within the past months, maybe year, the latest. So it's all up to date. And this producer I'm working with, I don't hear any sounds similar to what he's doing right now, and that's why I continue to work with him. So I think he's the best out right now, and nobody even knows it. Sned, Sned Beats. Yeah, I'm rocking with him. My last two projects have been all Sned beats. That's it. Like on 92992, I had a couple songs that weren't Sned, but there were 6 songs that were Sned beats on 92992, 6 songs from Dawn of the Dawn 3, and 6 songs from 9 Mile, all the same producer. That's how much faith and confidence I have in his production. I just think he's the best out right now. It's so modern. It's not the same as what everybody else is doing. So that's what I like. And a lot of mine were like cookie cutter. The old beats I used to use were like, okay, little baby type beats and stuff like that. But nah, I'm legitimately working with this producer. I feel like we got chemistry. Like the beat that he just made the other day, literally the same day he dropped the beat, I made a song to it, and it was like one of the best songs I've probably ever made. That song's such a vibe, and I really got to get a good music video for that one. That song is definitely going on the album. The sound is crazy. I was listening to this song all day the other day. So yeah, as far as that's all I really got. Like I said, you got Gpmo 3, God Put Me On 3 coming out. That's coming out on Christmas. And Popping Off video out right now. I just finished making that video. It took me maybe, I don't know, over 10 hours, 10 to 15 hours total, working on Popping Off video. And I was just going to do it and make it, but I was like, you know what? Let me release it. Let me release it the same day. So I released it yesterday. And yeah, it's getting a little love, and I got a couple other songs that's popping off right now. Double R Intro is getting some steam and recognition. I got a lot. I got Game Time out. Game Time's been out. Yeah, we got a bunch of songs that are hitting like over 10K. We're going like 10K, a lot of songs. So it's just a matter of time. That's how I see it. It's just, everything catching up, and people, once they start seeing what we got going on over here, that this ain't no bullshit. We don't do no bullshit over here as far as music, as far as I'm concerned. I put my heart and my soul and my mind into this shit. I don't play around. So whatever is going to happen, just know at the end of the day, and I know at the end of the day when it's said and done, that I gave this thing my best shot, which a lot of people can't really say. They say, okay, I tried, and maybe it wasn't for me, and I tried, and for a while it wasn't for me, but I continued to be consistent and persistent enough, and my sound, if anything, when it's all said and done, I knew that my sound got better. My sound improved tremendously. So I think, to me, at the end of the day, that's worth it. Also, you want to gain financial stability from it. It's all great, but do I think it's possible? Yeah, I think if I didn't think it was possible, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. It's just a matter of will it or won't it happen. The only way you're going to find out if you continue to drill. So as long as I still got that desire, the fire in me, to continue it, I'm gonna do it. And at this point, I'm making the best. So why would I stop if I'm just started making the best songs that I've ever made? I just couldn't stop. That's why I intended to stop. I intended to stop at 929.92. I was like ready to be like, all right, if it ain't getting better, then you might as well just stop. And then, of course, right when I'm at the end, it pulled me right back in. So that's fine. I'm good with that. Yeah, I just was hopping on here real quick, see what's going on. How do people pop in, pop out? Whatever it is, what it is. I just come on here to just say my spiel, try to connect with some people, see what's going on. Other than that, the main focus is the music. All this live streaming stuff. I could sit here and talk whatever, this and that. Could talk whatever sports, but to me, music is the thing. That's the thing that I do. That's the thing I've done, and it's been a big part of my life. That's why, I put this much energy, thought, and time into it. And we'll see what the results are. I'm confident. I think the results, they definitely could be some big things, whether or not it's with me or if it's with another artist that I continue to promote. That's why I did that, because I was willing to put my own career as an artist to the side. If there was someone that I saw potential in, I saw that he could take us to the next level, which I did. I found that person. And at this point, now I'm still seeing myself as a good artist, where like once I met this artist, I questioned myself as an artist. And that's what led me to possibly, to put it away and to just, take the artist that I had and to try to use, try to see what he was doing, that, he was doing something better to me, better than what I thought I was doing. But then I reached a point where I think I needed to see that, and that caused me to grow as an artist. And that's what I'm promoting, more or less. It's artistry. Like, rappers are artists in their own way, but when I talk about, like, rappers are artists too, I don't like try to say a rapper isn't an artist, but I consider myself more so an artist than a rapper. You can be a rapper and an artist. Can you be you can be an artist and a rapper, but to me, I just consider myself an artist. I don't consider myself a rapper because I'm just not the battle rapper. I'm more of a songwriter. Not even like I'm a rapper, or I'm an artist. Like, all rappers are artists, I think. So rap, technically, it's an art, and rappers are artists. But I would say I'm more of a songwriter. That's my forte. That's what I enjoy doing, and that's what my intent is to do. Whenever I record, I intend to create a song that's infectious. Not that it's like, not like, I don't try to do the catchy stuff. Like, I do sometimes, but I never like always like went into the booth saying I want this song to be catchy, so I'm going to say the repetitive thing over and over again. But if it happened to happen, then, I'm okay with that. I'm cool with that. But it's not like I intend to make things always catchy and, I want to repeat the same thing over and over again. So, but more or less, I like to make a good song, because I want to hear a good song, because a good song to me, whether it's catchy or not, a good song is just a song that I like to hear over and over again. And that's what brought me into this whole realm of music making, because I was just a consumer at one point for a long time. Like, I didn't like aspire to be an artist or a rapper in my early years. That wasn't something that I pursued or thought about until later on. And I was like, oh, maybe it's possible. And I was like, oh, you got to there's like certain criteria you got to meet. And I started doing it. I enjoyed it, and I did it for therapeutic reasons. That was one of the reasons, and I did it to, get myself out of like the way, kind of. I used it to cope with life, and to always like have something to do if there was nothing to do. And then I, continued to pursue it because I enjoyed it that much, and that's where I'm at right now. But God put me on 3 coming out on Christmas. We got that happening. We got something coming from my artist Sosa 4 times. It'll be coming out soon. I'm just gonna get everything cleared and ready to rock. We got that. And yeah, other than that, nothing much else. That's like the big deal. I can go on and talk about the music, but I'm just looking for engagement in my time right now. I'm limited with time, but 30 minutes is still good. Um, so everything's good to go. You can look forward to God put me on 3. That's going to be the biggest one for me, and it might be the finale. I don't know. I don't see it being. It might be the finale. It depends how it's received. 9 Mile, honestly, 9 Mile is like my best received project, and that's my most recent one. So it would like really confuse me if 9 Mile received better acclaim than God Put Me On. So I'm trying to see what's going on with that. Other than that, that's it. All right, later.